Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Destiny 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and salutations. Today, worthy mods. Let's get to it. Seasonal mods are nothing new. Ever since Shadowkeep was released with the Season of Undying, we've had seasonal mods. Now these mods have come from various places, either the artifact or from random drops. Now I'm not going to talk about the artifact mods in this episode. What I am going to talk about is that fourth slot in your armor for mods for this season, the Season of the Worthy seasonal mods. In particular, we're going to talk about Global Reach, Cellular Suppression, and Warmind's Protection. Now, those three mods give you the ability to generate Warmind cells, but in order to do that, you have to use a 7th Seraph weapon. The most common one to have right now, of course, is the auto rifle, which comes from the EDZ bunker. Now, using any one of these mods and a weapon, 7th Seraph weapon, will give you the chance, when you defeat an enemy with the auto rifle, to generate a Warmind cell. You shoot it and it'll blow up and it'll do damage to all the enemies around you. Having Global Reach increases the area of effect. So instead of being a smaller explosion, it's going to be a much larger one. Cellular Suppression is a void offense cells is reduced, so you can blind enemies over and over again, any of them that are within that diameter of the Warmind cell. Now, Warmind cells only last a certain amount of time.
Anywhere from 4 to 6 kills.
Generally, will create one Warmind cell. Now, Warmind's Protection, enemies that are within the diameter of the Warmind cell do less damage to you. Now, using all three of these in combination really gives you something to talk about, because the diameter of the area of effect of the Warmind cell is increased. The Cellular Suppression, you have blinding effects on the enemies, and Global Reach will increase the diameter of the Warmind cell area of effect. And you can still shoot it, but because you're doing less damage to it, you'll have to use about a whole clip of your auto rifle to make it explode. But in doing so, you're doing a large amount of damage over a large area, especially with that Global Reach. So I think it's very easy to see how the mods for the initial one was all about the nightmare hunts. So you had the Dreambane mods, which increased your protection or increased your damage. The Charges of Light were relatively unspectacular, but this season, even though there's a little bit more gating with it, because you have to have the mod and you have to have the weapon probably normally use. Now, auto rifles did receive a buff this season, so they are stronger than they have been previously, but all of the weapons that are preferred, and I say preferred because of the artifact mods that have Overload and Unstoppable, are generally those weapons that you have to use at closer range, or considered to be slightly weaker in terms of meta gameplay than other ones.
Sidearms, submachine guns, and auto rifles are very useful in the Crucible, but when you are in Pinnacle and
on the higher difficulty levels especially, you don't want to be too close to a boss, a yellow bar, orange bar, and use a submachine gun or a sidearm, because generally it takes a lot of damage in order to take those guys down. At least 3 or 4 clips, and in that amount of time, in less time that you take to empty out one clip, they usually end you. So that's what I'm talking about when I say these weapons, if you're just in free roam or even clearing out the bunker, those activities aren't as difficult as some of those others. All right, but even using these weapons with these mods is going to give you a significant advantage in any game mode where you can have those Warmind cells drop. Enemies do less damage to you when they're in that radius. Global Reach will increase the radius. Cellular Suppression can blow it up and do damage to all the enemies in that radius. And that includes strikes, nightfalls, gambit, all those things. Those Warmind cells can drop and you can use them to your advantage. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
Guardians. Last night we detected a seismic disturbance on the moon. Within hours, it was swarming with Hive. This plague must not be allowed to spread. The Hive pour onto the surface of our moon from the keep. That is where our disturbance originated. We will investigate, but first we must regain a lunar foothold. For some of you, this is all too familiar. But do not let the atrocities of Crota haunt you. Whatever this is, we will not let the tragedies of our past repeat themselves.
The Hive appear to be retreating. Commander, these Hive are erratic, scattered.
They lack leadership. Crota's death left a void they have yet to fill. But the disturbance seems to have emboldened them. They must be stopped.
We're on it. Hive are coming from that portal up ahead. Let's shut it down. The Shrieker's vulnerable. Now's our chance. Portal is down, Commander.
Good work, Guardians. Thanks to you, we'll have an LZ up and running soon. In the meantime, press on towards the keep.
Guardian, there's no time to lose.
Ikora?
This disturbance, I know what triggered it. Who triggered it? Eris Morn.
Eris is back on the moon?
Last I heard from her, she was headed into the keep. I don't even know if she's still...
We'll find her. Alive.
Before we can gain access to the keep, you'll need to clear the surrounding area. Assistance is on its way.
Commander, was the Vanguard aware of the Hive's activity on the moon before the disturbance?
We've been closely monitoring their progress, but have not yet discovered the purpose of this Scarlet Keep.
Path is clear. Ready to head into the Scarlet Keep.
first came to me, she'd found evidence of something very old on the moon. A potential threat to humanity. Eris insisted on going alone. Just a scouting mission, she said. And I let her. Eris is resilient. She's proven that again and again. Often to her own detriment.
If anybody can take care of themselves, it's Eris Morn. Ikora? We've lost her signal. That's strange. What was that? Hive. They're not actually Hive. Their energy signature is entirely unfamiliar. The source of our disturbance should be right around here. That's one of those pyramids. It can't be. That should not be here. Eris must have gone inside. Something's wrong. I feel strange. Like someone or something is invading my light. That thing across the way. What is that? There's some sort of massive energy spike here. It's too heavy for us to pass through. Crota? But we killed him. He's regenerating? can't win. We have to go now.
Guardian, come with me.
Eris Morn. What is that pyramid?
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity. Before us lies a dark remnant of their existence. Was it struck down by the Traveler? Left here on purpose? The truth is ours to discover.
Discover how.
We find a way inside.